The Indianapolis 500 calls itself the greatest spectacle in racing. It will run for the 100th time this Sunday. Allie LaForce of CBS Sports is at the finish line of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, known as the Brickyard. She hitched a ride with one of the most respected gentlemen ever told to start your engines. Allie, good morning.
Good morning. The anticipation is building for the first sold-out Indy 500. We're talking 350,000 people who will fill these stands and this infield. It's the largest crowd on hand for any sporting event ever. All eyes will be on this American track that made racing famous around the world. Racing down a straightaway at more than 180 miles per hour, Mario Andretti, now 76, is still chasing his need for speed. The thrill from the back seat isn't too bad either. When you take a lap, do the memories still come back to you?
Oh, sure. This is my element. I've done so many miles here, but I love it. You know.
Though recognized as one of the sport's greatest drivers, Andretti won his only race at the Indy 500 in 1969.
And the crowd beginning to pay its tribute to Andretti.
This track is the definition of anything can happen, isn't it?
Yes, this is right. That is for sure. It can be a love-hate relationship. At the end of the rainbow, however, the prize is worth the effort.
Speeds barely topped 75 miles per hour in the inaugural race, but the danger of driving the brick oval in the early days earned the track a deadly reputation.
I think we're very lucky to be in this era. You know, if you look at 50s, 60s, 70s, drivers were losing best friends every other week.
Scott Dixon is the reigning Indy Series champion.
It's still evolving. You know, motor racing always evolves.
Many of the features in today's cars made their debut here at Indy. Side view mirrors, front and all-wheel drive, and perhaps most importantly, seatbelts.
The vehicles matter and can actually shape the automotive industry.
Marshall Pruitt is a former race engineer and automotive journalist. In a recent article for Road and Track, he criticizes today's race in Indianapolis for relying on nostalgia as opposed to innovation.
If it wants to matter, it wants to have its 110th race, 120th race, it needs to look to the future and figure out what it can do to be a part of that solution.
Okay, so you go over 200 miles per hour and we're riding in a golf cart.
Dixon says driver safety will remain a priority, but not necessarily faster cars.
With speed comes a lot of danger and a lot of safety factors. You know, so the 220 to 230 mile an hour phase has been somewhere where everybody feels most comfortable.
How much different is the game now, you know, compared to when you race, especially with all the regulations to improve safety?
Well, I race into, you know, the computer era, you know, so that's, and I'm up to speed. The idea is to try to keep as much as possible in the hands of the driver, because today you can make these things, you know, almost drive themselves. As far as what is necessary for a driver to do today or 50 years ago is the same, basically to take whatever they have to the limit.
Reigning Indy Series champion Scott Dixon will be behind the wheel of this car on Sunday. And if he wins, he will get to partake in an Indy 500 tradition, drinking the milk out of the milk jug. Now, it's not the most refreshing, but when it's the drink of champions, you just do it. Gail?
All right, Allie, we got it. Drinking the milk out of the milk jug. You used to get in trouble for that.
Absolutely.
When I was a little kid, drinking out of the carton or out of the bottle.
Yeah.
But it tastes better, I think. Thank you, Allie. Always good to see you.